This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we were discussing about OOPS, if you remember. Okay, as part of OOPS, we have talked about class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, right? Next, we need to learn about encapsulation and abstraction. Okay, these two are pending as part of OOPS concepts. Let us cover those topics today. Okay, first let us see what is encapsulation. Encapsulation means it's like a capsulating. Capsulating means like one container. If you are writing something, that is known as encapsulation. Okay, like if you want me to define in simple terms, I can say like wrapping up of data and code into single unit is known as encapsulation. Okay, wrapping means packaging, container kind of thing. Data means like data members, variables, properties, data, both all are same. Okay, code means your methods or member functions in the class. So in simple terms, in OOPS concepts, if you write a class, if you define a class, that is encapsulation. That's it. If someone asks you, if you are writing a class in OOPS concept, if you are preparing one class, it itself following the encapsulation concept. Okay. Next important topic we need to understand is abstraction. So you might have heard the word abstract or abstract painting, right? So what it contains? So it will contain only limited details. It will contain only limited details. Okay. For example, in simple words, I can say like we declare methods in superclass without body or definition. Okay. Some people say like hiding unnecessary details is known as abstraction. So whatever is required, that will be shown, and we will hide the remaining things. That is also that they will define as the abstraction. Definitions and all you will get through notes. I will be sharing the notes at the end of the sessions. I'll share the entire notes there. You can refer. For now, when we are talking about abstraction, what we need to remember is we will write some methods. Okay, the abstraction concepts comes with the inheritance concept. Okay, in the inheritance only abstraction comes. In the super class or in the parent class, what we do is we will write one method, but we do not define the body of the method. We simply declare the method. Declaration and definition, I'm saying two words here. Declaration means only you write the method name, that's it. And in the body, you don't write anything. That will be empty or pass. Okay. If you are writing a method like that, that is known as a abstraction. It is known as a abstract method. And that method, when the class is inherited to child class, we must define the abstract method. Okay. For example, what I'm trying to tell you here is, so say class parent is there, parent class is there. Okay. Here we have to, okay, if you want to write one method, say for example M1. Okay. You don't define anything here. You don't define anything here. You will simply put or pass. That's it. Okay. The child class, when you're inheriting the parent class to child class, here you have to define the method. Here you have to define the method like a print, say defined the method select. Okay. This example we have already seen, right? Is this kind of example we have seen, like writing some methods in the parent class and overriding that methods in the child class. This is the concept of overriding. This is not the concept of abstraction. Where is the concept of abstraction comes here? Okay, you need to understand the difference between overriding and abstraction. Let me write this program in Python. so that we can have better understanding. Let me add one more file, abstraction. I'm copying it. Okay. If you remember, if I run this program, okay, I'm not calling this. Let me create an object. Okay, let me call it. Now, if I run this program, define the method. Is this the concept of abstraction? No, this is not the concept of abstraction. This is the concept of method overriding. Method overriding. Method overriding means if you have a method in the parent class and if you want to write a new definition for the same method in child class, that is known as method overriding. Okay, in this example, instead of pass, if you write here something, still there is no problem. Still there is no problem. If I run this, it will execute the child class method only and we will get the output accordingly. If I create an object for the parent class, then parent class m1 method will be executed and I will get the output as something. Okay, this is not the concept of abstraction. This is the concept of overriding. Then what is the concept of abstraction? If you say like this, you have to decorate with the abstract method. You have to decorate your method with a keyword called abstract method. When you use abstract method, then it will come under the abstraction concept. But if you write abstract method like this, it won't accept. The reason is we have to import one module, import ABC module. Okay, then it will work. Or import. Let me write otherwise this way. Try to confuse. From ABC import star. Done. Now if you see, the red color mark is removed. That means I have added the right module. Okay. Abstract method. If you want to define one abstract method, you have to use one decorator. The decorator is @abstract method. Just above the method name, you have to provide the abstract method decorator. If you want to use abstract method decorator, you have to import one module called ABC. I want to import one module called ABC. When I want to import everything from the ABC module, how I have to write the statement? I have to write the statement from ABC import star. Okay. How it differs from overriding and abstraction? How it differs from overriding? I'll tell you that concept now. Say for example, if I don't define M1 method in child class, let me delete this. Let's say M2 method. Okay, I do not have definition for M1 method inside the child class. Let us see what happens now. Why is it accepting? Let me not add anything here. Change the name. Why? Why to change? No. One second, guys. Let me check. What if I don't have any child class? Then there is no difference. Abstract class, abstract method instantiation is not possible. Okay. I have abstract method, two abstract methods. Okay. Actually, yes, I got it. So if we are writing here this way, we may not see any difference actually. So if I want to make it an abstract class, I have to make it an abstract class. Like I have to import ABC. I have to import ABC class, which is available inside ABC module. I have to import to my parent class so that it will become an abstract class. I have written one abstract method inside a parent class previously, but now I want to make the parent class also as an abstract class. Okay, so let us try now. Yes, this is what I'm expecting. Okay, can't instantiate abstract class child with abstract methods M1. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting actually. So how you can understand this is, so you create one parent class, you declare some abstract methods inside the parent class. Okay, when that is inherited to child class, it is child class responsibility to define the abstract methods of parent class. So here M1 is a abstract method inside parent class. In child class, when you are writing a child class, you must define M1. You must define M1. Then only you can create an object for class, I mean child class. So if I run now, it will work. See here, define the method. Whatever the method I'm calling, based on that, its execution will happen. The thing to remember here is, if you have an abstract class, how to make an abstract class? You have to inherit ABC to a parent class, then it is known as an abstract class. And inside abstract class, if there is any abstract method, okay, and if you are inheriting that abstract method into, I mean abstract class into a child class, you must provide a definition for the M1. You must override the M1 function here. If you don't write a definition for M1, if you don't write a definition for abstract method, what happens is you cannot create an object for the child class. You cannot create an object for the child class. So for example, I have one more method here, M3. Okay, and print say M3. Okay, that's it. Now if I try to create an object for child class, what happens? Will it accept? It is not accepting because it is expecting a definition for M1 method in the child class. Okay, fine. I'll create an M1 method here. Okay, here define M1 print M1. I'll say. Will it work now? Here actually M3 is there, but I did not provide any definition for M3 here. Will it work? Yes, it will work. See here. It will work. Okay, only the thing here is you have to understand 2 points here. Okay, one point is what is an abstract method, what is a non-abstract method. Okay, abstract method means we declare the method, but we do not define the body of the method. If you see M1 method, M1 is an abstract method. We have declared the method, its name is M1, but we did not provide any definition to it. We simply mentioned pass. And of course, most important thing, that M1 method, if you want to make it as the abstract method, you have to decorate with the abstract method at the rate abstract method. Okay, so line number 345, it is an example for abstract method. The line number 7 and 8, we have defined another method called M3. Is it an abstract method? No, it's not an abstract method. Why I can say, how I can say it's not an abstract method? Because there is no decorator called at the rate abstract method. So it is not an abstract method. Okay. I can say M3 as non-abstract method, or I can say M3 as concrete method. Okay, there are two names. Let me write down here. There are two types of methods we write while writing the program. These concepts are common for any programming languages. Abstract methods, okay, non-abstract methods. Non-abstract methods are also known as concrete methods. Okay, they will have proper definition, and so it will contain declaration and definition. Both it will contain. Abstract method will contain only declaration but no definition. Clear? So there are two types of methods, abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Non-abstract methods are also known as concrete methods. Concrete methods means declaration and definition will be there. For abstract methods, only declaration will be there. So in our example, M1 is an abstract method. M3 is a concrete method. Okay. So if you write one abstract class and this class is inherited to a child class, then you must provide a definition for abstract methods. In our example, we have one abstract method called M1. So if you want to use parent class into child class as inheritance, you must provide definition for M1 class. If you don't provide any definition for M1 class, you may not get any compilation error, but when you are trying to create an object, it will object you. So without defining M1 method, you cannot create an object for the child class. So what is the advantage of this one? Advantage is simple, brother. So thing is, if I am defining, I'm architecting your project, for example, and you are creating some classes and I am writing some classes. I want to force you to create one method. Okay. Now can we access M3 method by creating an object? Yes, we can. We can by creating an object for parent or by creating an object for child class. We can access the M3 method. No problem. Okay. It is like a convention. Okay, I'm creating the parent class, for example, and all the 13 students, you guys are creating child classes, child 1, child 2, child 3, like that. You are creating the child classes. Okay, I am forcing you to import my parent class. Guys, in this project, you must use my parent class. You must inherit my parent class. That is a rule I have mentioned. Okay, you all are importing my parent class. Okay, then I want to force you guys to have one method. I want to force you guys to have one method in all your child classes. How can I force? If I put one method as abstract method in my parent class, then you guys cannot create objects for your child classes. Then you will have to define that abstract method in your classes. Okay. Say for example, we are creating some shapes related class, shapes related application we are developing. Okay, shape. I am writing one class called shape. Okay, I'm writing, say for example, for now pass, for example. Okay, the rules are not yet defined, like what are the methods are required in the shape class and what are the functionalities are I need to implement in the shape class. I don't have any clarity, but I want to have a common functionalities in all our classes. Okay, say 3 developers are working along with me, and they are going to develop like a circle class. Okay, for now I'll say pass, and someone is working on square class, and someone is working on rectangle class, for example, rectangle class. Okay, you start writing your own methods. I told you, like, you start writing your own methods. Okay, instead of pass, you will write m1, m2, m3, whatever the methods you want, you will write in your classes. Okay, done. I also asked you to import inherit my shape class into your program. So I asked to inherit my program to impose some standards on our application. So to impose some standards on our application, I asked you guys to inherit my shape class. So you all are inheriting my shape class. Done. So you are doing your job. Next, after architecting my application, after designing my application, I got like I need to have one method called draw. So draw, draw, self pass. Okay, and I want to make sure circle class is also having draw method, square is also having draw method, rectangle is also having draw method. I want to make sure, so everyone should have this method. So then what I'll do is say abstract method. I'll say abstract method. Of course, I need to make it as a abstract class also, from abc import star. Okay, if I write like this, what happens? If I write like this in my parent class, I don't know what are the logics you are writing in your circle, square, and rectangle classes. Okay, but I want all of you should have one method. That method name is draw method. Okay, I want to force you. So what I'll do, I will create one abstract method in my parent class. Now what happens when you are trying to create an object for circle, square, or rectangle? It will not create the object. It will give you error. So what is the error it will say? So you need to create you need to override the method draw method in your program, that it will ask you. So what you guys will do then you will define draw method, right? Here you will write the logic to print maybe circle. You will write the logic to print circle here. Next person will write the logic to print the square on the screen. Next person will write the logic to print a rectangle. Okay, now I know that every class is having one draw method. Its purpose is to draw a particular shape. So I can create an object for circle. For example, c equals to circle, and I can confidently say like c dot draw. Okay, right? I can also create an object for square s dot draw, r equals to again rectangle r dot draw. Done. So what I'm doing here, using the concept of abstraction, I am following some coding standards. I'm following some standards, some structure I'm defining, and I'm forcing some classes to have some specific methods. Okay, this is what we achieve using the abstraction. Is it clear, guys?
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
sir, is that star is like a wildcard or something? From ABC
Star
import
means,
star.
yeah. So ABC is one module actually. So how to write modules and how to import modules, there is one session for us. So after discussing few more topics, I will talk about that. It's like a collection of classes. Okay, you can have the collection of classes and you can convert into one package or one module. Okay, once the module is ready, you can import that module into another program and you can use it. Say And while importing, so we can write like this: from ABC import star. What does it mean? ABC is the module name. When you say star, all the classes, all the methods which are available in ABC module will be imported here. Okay. From ABC module, if you want to import only ABC class, yes, you can import. You can say from ABC import ABC. So only ABC class will be imported. So when you say star, everything will be imported. So we'll have a separate session about modules and importing modules. That area I need to discuss, but we'll talk at the end. So you will understand that in more detail. Okay. So it's questions time about abstraction. Any other questions, guys? Abstraction, Ganesh, meaning of the abstraction is to leave it empty only. You're asking like this. So even if you write, I don't think it won't affect. See, even if you write here something, and if you are mentioning abstract method, it's useless basically. Anyhow, you're going to inherit. Okay, I got your question. Maybe you want to try it like this. I think Python would accept us. In other programming languages, the concept is slightly different. Can't instantiate the abstract class with abstract method M1. You're seeing the message, right? Even if I want to, even if I have the content in the M1 method, it's like abstract method only. So it is not accepting us to create an object. Okay. For example, if I don't inherit, in this case, I think this is fine. Yeah, M1 it is coming. Okay. Let me give you some more details, guys, so that you'll get some more clarity. Like bullet points. As part of abstraction, what you need to know. Okay. You need to know abstract method. Okay. You need to know what is non-abstract method. Okay. These 2 points are clear, I think, to everyone. If you write one method with a decorator abstract method, and if you don't have any definition inside it, that is an abstract method. Okay. Non-abstract method means you don't provide the abstract method decorator and you will define the method. Okay. For abstract method, even if you provide the definition or not, it depends upon the case actually. So even if you provide the definition also, it will override in the child class. Okay, we'll talk one by one. Okay, so abstract method is clear to everyone. So we have to decorate with abstract keyword, abstract method keyword, and we don't generally provide the definition. But Ganesh is asking what happens if I provide the definition. Yes, you can provide the definition, and if you want to create an object for the parent class, yes, you can access it. And you want to use it in the child class by creating an object, yes, you can use it. Okay, what makes it difference is when you create an abstract class, it makes the difference. Okay, this is one thing you need to understand. Next thing you need to understand is abstract class. You need to understand is abstract class. So it contains abstract and non-abstract methods. Okay, abstract class inherits ABC class. Okay, if you have a class, in that class you have 2 types of methods. It may contain abstract methods. It may contain non-abstract methods also. Plus, it must inherit ABC class. Then that class is known as abstract class. Okay. If you have created an abstract class, then you cannot create an object for the abstract class if it is having abstract methods. You cannot create the object with abstract methods. Okay, let me talk about this point. So let me go here. Let me remove this to avoid confusion. Say I have a class parent. I have a method, abstract method. Okay, define M1. Self print M1. Class child parent. Define M1. Print M1 from child. So if I create an object for child, c equals to child c dot M1, which one will be executed? What is the output I'll get? I'll get the output M1 from child class. Okay. Now if I create an object for parent, if I run this, M1 is coming as output. Okay, if I provide a definition or if I don't provide any definition, it's not doing anything. Why? Okay, now we'll say I do not have any definition here. I do not have any definition here. If I say object of parent dot M1, no output is coming. Now if I create an object for child class, case sensitive. M1 from child class. So till now, I don't see any difference between overriding of a method and abstraction. Even if I put a keyword called abstract method, oh my god, sorry guys, it's an abstract method. Child is fine. I don't think it will give any difference. I don't think it will give any difference. See, it's not giving any difference. Okay, even if it is a abstract method or not, it is still working like a method overriding. Is it clear? So for now, even if I put this line or not, there is no difference for now. Okay. Now what I'll do is I will import this ABC to my parent class. Now the difference comes. Now if I create an object for parent class, I'm creating an object c equals to parent. Okay, will it accept? No, can't create an object for parent with abstract method M1. You have an abstract method M1, so I cannot create an object for parent. This is what it is saying. Okay, now shall I create an object for child class? Yes, I can create an object for child class. Now I'll run this. See, I'm able to create an object for the child class. So if you have a parent class with ABC inherited from ABC, and if you have only abstract methods, then you cannot create an object. Okay. Say for example, I have one more method. Define M2. Print M2. will it work? If I create an object for child class, yes, it will work, no problem. If I create an object for parent, will it work? Can't instantiate abstract class for parent with abstract method M1. This is what you need to understand, guys. Okay. If you have a class inherited from ABC, that is known as abstract class, then if you have an abstract methods here, you cannot create an object for the abstract class here. That is the point you need to remember. There is one more point you need to remember, that is in your parent class, if you have only abstract methods, okay, only abstract methods means for all the methods you have this keyword, you have this decorator, then that is known as interface. Then that is known as interface. If you have a combinations like this, you have one abstract method and you have one concrete method also. If you have combination of abstract method and non-abstract method in a class, then that is known as a abstract class. Okay, let me write here. Abstract class means it's a combination of abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Next we need to understand is in interface. Interface means it contains only abstract methods. Okay, this is what you have to remember, but functionality wise, the way it works for abstract class and interface, both are same. There is lot of difference between abstract class and interface in other programming languages like Java and .NET, but in Python both are same. Okay, the only difference is the convention. Like when you have only abstract methods, it is known as interface. When you have both abstract methods and non-abstract methods, then it is known as a abstract class. Except that there is no difference. I don't see any difference. Okay, the main point to remember is when you have an abstract class or interface with some abstract class, abstract methods, then you cannot create an object. You cannot create an object. For example, if I don't have abstract method here, guys, I'm trying to cover more cases so that you will get more clarity. Okay, don't get more confused. If you have any difficulty, let me know. See here, parent class is inheriting ABC. That means parent class is an abstract class. Do I have any abstract methods? No, I do not have any abstract methods in the parent class, right? If I try to create an object for parent class, yes, I'm able to create it. Of course, there is no code for M1, so it's not executed, right? But if I have at least one abstract method, the rate abstract method, okay, I have one abstract method. Can I create an object for parent class? No, I cannot create an object for parent class. See here, I'm getting the error. Okay, that is one thing you have to remember. And for a method which is decorated with the abstract method, even if you provide a definition or even if you provide pass, both are same. Even if you provide definition also, it will be ignored. There is no meaning providing the definition there because it won't work for you. Why it won't work? Anyhow, it is an abstract method. Anyhow, you have to override that method in the child class. Then there is no meaning of creating the definition for M2 method. Okay, is it clear, guys? What I suggest you is create one parent class, inherit from ABC, and try different combinations, like having abstract methods in the parent class and not having the abstract methods in the parent class, inheriting it to child class, creating object for child class, creating object for parent class. Like that, you try some combinations and observe. Okay, then you will realize these points. What I'm trying to tell you here, these points you will realize by yourself. Okay, try to do practice after the session. So consider this like a first assignment for you. try to do practice and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, that is fine. Now, any other questions on this topic?
So one doubt, sir.
Sorry?
One doubt. I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, if I in the line number 2, if I don't import that capital ABC, that class ABC, so will I be able to create an object for parent, right? It will work, right?
Yes, because it's not an abstract class.
Class. Okay. But sir, what you told is like if you have an abstract method and non-abstract method, then it is called as a abstract class. So, but
Plus,
here you have both.
okay. In addition to that point, I told one more point also. That must be inherited ABC. That must inherit.
Okay.
You see here, it inherits ABC class. It contains both abstract and non-abstract methods. Okay. Next, any other question? This is interview purpose. It is very important for you. In real time, yes, we use, but very less. I didn't use, to be honest. I didn't get a chance to design this kind of applications and use abstraction. So these kind of questions generally comes for design patterns related concepts when you go in depth for this one. In interview, they will ask you some questions about abstraction just to confuse you. Okay, to avoid that confusion, you have to practice. Try different combinations. Try to create objects and see the behavior, how it is behaving, and how we are getting the output. If you got that practice, you are good with the abstraction part. And polymorphism and inheritance are those concepts. Those concepts will be used little frequently comparing to this one. Okay, and classes and objects, they are like our daily life activities in programming. Class and object, and I have listed few topics, right? Those topics, you must be very much strong with those topics. Any other questions, any other doubts about this topic? Is it clear or not? Still anybody is having any confusion, let me know. I'll repeat the topic. This is important for your interview. It's important for you very much. Clear for now? Okay, good. Okay, next topic I want to pick up is exception handling. What's the time now? It's 11:25. I need some more time to talk about this topic.